I spoke with a friend. We were talking about how sometimes it's really difficult for you to just study by yourself or something. In December 2017, I remember that the same friend who is now my co-founder for AISST Lagos, he called me and it was like, there's this thing called AI Saturdays, and it looks like it's a study group, and we can be ambassadors, and we can have other people who are interested in learning. So it's not just the three of us trying to learn. It's now the three of us plus some other people. And I was very excited about this. I was like, hey, finally.
That was where we started from. That was last year. And then fast forward 7 months, we had another hackathon. Everyone except one team broke the benchmark.
In January, we kick-started the first cohorts, just myself and Femi then, and we had a good turnout. The first week, we had more than 60 people show up. It was much more than we expected.
Yeah. Like, let me just let me see what these guys are doing. Then I showed up for the class, and oh, and behold, the class was quite interesting. Like, we did Fast AI, we did CS 231N, which is like the computer vision course from Stanford University. The beautiful thing about the first class was just that I discovered that there's AI community in Nigeria. And I just felt like it's a wonderful community, coupled with the kind of people we have in AI today. I think that's like the most important thing. I believe the human resources is fundamental. When you have good people, when you're working with quality people, you can do anything.
I got into tech through my sister. My sister is a software developer. So she encouraged me for a very long time to join. I was not interested. So I think after a while, I started taking Python courses online, and it was quite interesting for me. But what made me really interested in it was AI Saturday. I came for AI Saturday last year, January, and it was very nice. Our tutor was very, very passionate about it. I think that this is a better model than classroom knowledge. And I assume because people that are teaching here are young people also, so they know how to pass the message across. There's no tutor student fear, so you can ask questions if you want to.
So AI is more like an informal way. Of course, it's not a school. We are just like specializing in one niche. We're trying to see how we can build a community that when it comes to being competitive, our student is able to provide the same amount of knowledge, if not more, as a student who are trained outside the country or something. Because really, the things you need to learn to become a machine learning engineer, most of them are available online. Do you understand? So there's nothing stopping you from being great.
So for instance, at this meetup, we learned from Stanford University lecturers, from Carnegie Mellon University lecturers, from a very wide range of experts in the industry. So if they keep coming to these communities, they are learning from the best lecturers in the world, and then they're able to collaborate with others, right, to keep that zeal alive, right? You see that people get smarter.
I have a background in computer sciences. I'm currently a student of the University of Lagos. I'm in my 5th year, and I picked interest in artificial intelligence because I think I was going through YouTube one day and I saw some cool stuff that students from Stanford University did, and I said, okay, maybe I can do that. And suddenly, a week after, Artificial Intelligence Saturdays meetup popped up. Being here so far, I think, has been enlightening. Because if I was in my sitting room learning it all alone, I would not have had to rub minds with people that I like. And I specifically like our tutors because they are very different. Okay, there are videos I've watched where the tutors don't even grab what they are saying properly, or when they grab it too much and they don't know how to break it down to my level as a beginner. But here, I've seen that even during the code sessions and during just the theoretical parts, the tutors are able to come down to my level and interact with me properly.
While I was in school, there's some stuff I actually find difficult. And they could have been easier, they could have been made easier if the medium in which the knowledge is being passed was properly delivered. The reason I have to take this class is because it makes me a better person. Sometimes I spend time going to I will have to look for the best resources. And this is how I see it. For me to explain this stuff to you, I have to know this stuff. I want to explain to you as if I'm talking to my nephew. If my nephew can understand that, you should be able to understand it.
I've been learning data science on my own, machine learning, but oftentimes I found out that because I was learning online, I didn't have a feedback system where I could, the mistakes I made or things I didn't understand, where I could ask questions. So AI certainly offered me such an opportunity with our wonderful tutors, Teju and Kelechi. Whenever I read what I don't understand, I easily bring it to them and they will break it down at the lowest of levels whereby I can associate with it.
The passion for knowledge it cannot be rivaled anywhere. People are interested, they want to learn and learn more. There's positive influence from every man here. If I do this, then if my friend can do this, I can also do better. So everybody is inspiring every other person to do better. And because we have a community, even if I do not want to learn, once there's another person to inspire me, it's enough for me to want to do more, to want to learn more.
If I learn something and I know it, I can explain it to you, and something you would have, spent maybe a month trying to figure out, I can just, explain it to you in less than an hour, and you get that knowledge. As a community, everybody move together in the same direction, and we carry everybody along.
I remember my first AI Saturday class. Even going, it was I was shooting my shot at something, and I'm what's the worst case? I won't go back again. And I went there that day, and trust me, I didn't understand anything. But I just sat in the class and was just nodding, very quiet. And I kept on going, I kept on attending, and things became clearer. And then I decided, okay, maybe this is what I want to do. Because, it's so beautiful. Then I started thinking about problems I could solve, even when I didn't know how to solve them.
If you want to go into AI, it's not a big deal, to be honest with you. Anyone can do it, but it's just that you have to do the work. The maths might be difficult, but you have to go through that math. The programming might be difficult, you still have to go through it. I think the most important thing is consistency, and showing up is very important.
So what were your initial challenges?
Everything. It was just very confusing. I didn't believe I could wrap my head around it. It was my first class, I was overwhelmed. I think overwhelmed is the only word I can describe how I felt. I knew I was interested in it. So it seemed like something I could not do, so that was enough to spark my interest. I would not say I have a particularly strong background in mathematics, so I had to go back to the beginning. I had to learn concepts from the beginning. I just had to read more, do more. And I think that's part of the reasons why I'm really as interested as I am in AI now, because I find it very challenging. And I think there's something about humans and how we like things that challenge us and make us do more.
And that first day, I will not forget Tola. She said, even if you don't understand, guys, still come. Because while in the class, I was like, man, this thing is hard. But when she said that, I just realized that, okay, she was part of last cohort. For her saying is that, okay, she understands stuff like that. So I just said, okay. As I started coming.
So when I started AI Saturdays, I was like, this is foreign, the mathematics, everything. And I don't have a very strong mathematics background, so I would say it's somehow difficult for me in the journey of AI, but it's fascinating because when I see my teacher, my Mrs. Teju, I would say for now she's my role model because I see her at her age and what she is able to accomplish, and I see myself at times I feel like I'm backward, like what am I even doing? But I know with time, it's just time. So when I came for AI Saturday, I met a friend of mine, he's my seat partner. So it was the one that put me to, and he told me AI is not difficult, you just have to put a determination into it.
For me, the challenge was understanding a lot of math stuff. And to understand stuff, to understand concepts, like the foundations of machine learning, like you need this math background.
One of our vision is actually to see whether the idea of a community study group can really compete with existing education systems and all that. So motivation, how people get motivated or stay motivated, is a key issue for us. So our goal in the community is to actually, one, try to ensure that people who don't normally have the motivation, we kind of try to motivate them. But we're also trying to see whether we can really search for like minds, people who actually have some form of motivation, some things that they think for some reason they want to do this, do you get? And actually give them the opportunity to do it, do you understand? So those kind of people would naturally stay till the end.
I didn't like artificial intelligence as a course in the university, but I understood what I was being taught. But I started to draw comparisons and contrasts from what I learned in class and practical applications, because we were actually talking a lot more practically in AI Saturday Lagos, and I realized that, okay, it's not exactly so bad. We just didn't see a bigger picture at the time. So I became a lot more invested. So seeing my own dilemma, I can understand the struggles of someone that is currently in school, trying to make sense of why exactly is this thing important, why am I doing it? So I felt if there's going to be a way for me to give back, and if it is going to be by this community to be able to train a lot more people to understand these things, then I'm all for it.
Just to make sure that you have something else challenging, that it's an hackathon, and like, why not? It's just fun to do hackathons and introduce you to say how you can now start like trying to build cargo.
We need to start solving our own problems, and we need to learn the skills that is needed to solve this problem.
We had to choose a project called Black Friday Price Predictor. So in Black Friday Price Predictor, what the model does is it tries to predict how much you think this person can spend when we open a Black Friday market thing based on previous inputs you've seen before. So we had to check if the person is married or not, what city the person stays in, what age range the person belongs to, and all of that.
If you go through, let's take the beginners class now. They're going through Intro to Data Science and Machine Learning. You take these two courses and say you undergo one or two of the projects that you are meant to at the end of it. Believe me, you are not an expert just yet, but you are at least job ready.
We're giving a side project in EIC Saturday, and in my group, like we said, it should be a website whereby you upload an image of a number, then the web page should be able to print out the number for you, tell you, okay, the number in the image is 1 or it is 2. That project was one that gave me the idea that I used for the project I gave to Udacity, which I named Baby Note. And Baby Note was basically a mobile app that to help children write naturally without their parents' supervision. They also write the number, but the model takes the image. It runs like a check mark with a teddy bear carrying it, telling the baby that he got the number right. My parents was mentioned, despite it was not number 1. You know, it looks like nothing actually, but the thing is, it was an international competition. We had people who were doing their PhD on that scholarship. And luckily for me, I got the scholarship. And the scholarship, like, it was actually 300 people that was given the scholarship. Out of the 10,000 people all over the world that applied for the scholarship challenge.
So when it comes to the issue of why do you need to get guys involved, you need representation. You don't have a lot of black people in AI. You have Asians, you have white folks in that space. We need to put a lot of stuff in place because the next phase of humanity, AI is going to play an huge role in that phase. And if you don't participate, if you don't show up, your people, whatever you stand for, might not be represented. And partly, nobody is going to solve our problem. If we have AI problem today, it is left for us to sit down and provide solution to it.
A project that I worked on with my colleague. It's a machine translation system. So machine translation is basically a technology that is used to translate languages. MT system is an English to Pidgin machine translation system. So we noticed that on Google Translate they don't have Pidgin. And I mean, Pidgin is like everywhere in Nigeria, even in Africa, like Pidgin is well spoken. And then Google Translate doesn't have Pidgin. So we worked on that.
At the end of the first cohort, most of the guys that actually stayed till the end are doing like great stuffs now. Most of them, they're doing great stuff, they're working for great companies.
From what we have seen, this started in January 2018. Over the space of 3 cohorts, at least 150 people have passed through. Quite a number of people have got jobs based off of what they have learned in this community.
We have one of our students. I just heard that he got into the data science track for the Digital Explorer program that recently happened, and then they'll be going to Lithuania to work for a year as data scientist. It was one of our early students as well. The job I am currently doing, like being a machine learning engineer at Instead, was as a result of Karim meeting me through AI Saturday Lagos, and now I lead the team here in Lagos, Nigeria. The community has opened so much doors that I can possibly imagine.
At some point, we bring in industry professionals. I mean, we have a lot of them that are mentoring if you check our WhatsApp groups, we have many of them. Many of them are silent, they're just looking, but they chip in once or twice. But there's that mentorship that is going on. So we give you the technical tools and we give you guidance as well.
I was called for internship by DeepQuest AI. I never applied. We see you and the CTO of DeepQuest AI do come to here Saturday just to give us moral support. He said they've been watching me for quite some time and they see the way I respond. So they said that's why they decided to reach out to me to come and start an internship of 3 months with them. All this wouldn't have been possible if I was never in AI 6 Saturday.
People just feel it's just hype. AI Saturday, AI Saturday, AI Saturday. The truth is, the way AI is going, just know what is happening so you don't get left out. And the truth is, all this stuff you get to learn for free. Nobody is asking you for money. Like, just come, meet people.
Show up, know what you can do with this. Like, it's very important. Like, don't ignore it. AI is playing a huge role in your life. You are a data point in someone's database.
So now it's left for our government, right, to invest in this talent such that whatever they learned is being implemented in the country to make the country better. Because what we find out now is that people get smarter and then people outside the country just pick them up, right? Because there's no avenue for them to show what they know.
But when it comes to long-term goal, I think the most important thing is for us to build talents that will stay in the country. We should be able to create awareness. After creating awareness, get people to do this stuff, teach them how to do this stuff. Then if they can do this stuff, let them use this knowledge to solve problems. Sit down and think about indigenous solution to our problem.
We are already having a lot of impact as it is. We have over 10 AI communities in Nigeria. I know we have Abuja, we have in Ibadan, there's in Kwara. Yeah, so I think that with time we're going to even do better. I'm looking forward to having a community like Angela in Nigeria where we'll train people, get them jobs. At the moment we have a lot of qualified people in AI Saturdays here that can take up jobs. We are looking for opportunities, internships, jobs, anything that would come our way so that would do more, move from our learning phase towards practicalizing what we have learned so far.
We want to be able to have AI Saturdays Africa. I hope that we can be able to have a model for learning and teaching artificial intelligence, where everyone can say they want to start a community for machine learning and they are able to come and use the model we've been experimenting with so far, and then at the same time they can be able to extend it. Do you understand? So other people can also learn and contribute to it, and I feel like Masa Khan, like we build together basically.
I think we're learning a lot. We're learning a lot over time, and I think that's what matters at the end of the day. They've been able to learn, try out new stuff, draw out conclusions, do another cohort, get better, and all that. I mean, just like any machine learning model would behave like.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
AI says the Lagos.
Why are you telling me? I didn't realize I put on the camera.
AI says the Lagos.
Thank you.